How was today? Were you at work or you went to church? Like me, I was at home. I couldn't go anywhere because I have a minor injury on my leg. And because of that, I've been in cast. So I couldn't move. I've not been able to move. I've been in crutches for like 3 weeks now. So how was today? How is today? How is everybody? Let's share to people. Let's share to people. So you're welcome. So you're welcome. This is your friend, Solution. Welcome back to my page. This is what I do. I'm a nurse with over 20 years experience in nursing, and I have passion for impacting lives, especially the young adults, because the way I grew up in a very terrible atmosphere, condition, situation. So each time I see young adults or adolescents, it used to remind me of what I passed through growing up as a young adult in the village and in my teenage years. Do you understand? So it's like a trigger for me. I've been trying to heal, but I've not gotten there. I've been trying for a very long time. I'm over 50 to heal. But there are some traumas that, you know, there's no how you want to say it. They live with us for the rest of our lives. No matter how hard you want to try, no matter how you think you are healing at times, deep down, the healing is most times not completed except you die or there is something like dementia, like loss of memory. Those things are no longer there. That's why you forget those things. So the way I grew up with a lot of trauma. I grew up, you know, early part of my years where it was full of turmoil. So each time I see young adult or adolescent, I'm always, I go into panic mode. I don't know what they are going through. So that's why I've been, if you look at my channel, you see a lot of, visitations to adolescents. I've been to over 200 schools in the last 4 years doing community volunteering, not charging, not collecting money to talk to young adults because I went through hell. Then, because of the trauma I went through as a child, and I felt the best thing is to, go into a relationship to be able to leave the environment that I was living in a broken home. I'm from a broken home, and I eventually fell into wrong hand, and that was part two of the trauma that I went through as a child growing up. So fast forward, we keep healing. You might not be able to heal totally. There's some trauma, there's some crisis that we've been through as children or young adults, or even in our early adulthood or something, and you'll be trying to heal, but most of the time it's not easy to heal. It's not all traumas that you can heal from. It is not all what you've been through, the chaos, the brouhaha that you've been through as children or young adults that you can actually overcome. So that is, so, some people have been asking questions that do I own schools? Am I a proprietor? Do I have schools? I said, no, I don't have school. If you look at my page, you see that you see different school, different uniforms. I go to the Ministry of Health in Lagos State, Ministry of Education rather, to seek, to seek permission to go to those schools because they can't just allow every dictum and Harry without no proper documentation and permission. You have to write a letter. You go there with your ID card. You write it. There are a lot of things that they asked me to bring, and I took them to the college, the Ministry of Education, and they have been, good evening, Manuel Bassi. Good evening. So they used to approve for me like this term. They approved 28 schools for me, and approving that schools, those schools, I was able to do, because private schools too, so you don't need permission to go to private school. Most of the time they invite you. So because of them, and I had a little fracture, I've been on crutches for like 3 weeks. I would have been able to finish the 28 because I do it with my heart. Because of what I've been through as a child, as a young adult. I don't wish any young adult to go through it. You understand? So just in my corner doing my own bit. I don't have school. I'm not a proprietor. I don't run any form of school or anything for now. I'm a nurse. I work with the Federal Ministry of Health, though in Lagos, based in Lagos, Nigeria. And my pastime, my leisure time, we run 40 hours every week. And that the remaining part of the week, anytime I'm off, maybe I do a long shift for 16 hours. Before I go to that 16 hours, I'll go to one or two schools. If I'm off the following day, I'll go home and sleep. The third day that I'm still off before going back the fourth day, I'll go to one or two schools. So that's the way I've been running. So just going back a little forward to questions that came, some of my videos that I posted. I used to post all those schools. My major, what actually attracted me about 4 years ago, where I was living at Agege, there were some boys, young adults. Some people have introduced them to drinking, all manners of things, smoking, and they were my friends. That's why that, because of the way I grew up, what I went through. I don't judge people because you don't know where they are coming from. You don't know what their story is. Nobody can know your story like you. Even your parents, they might think they know. Your sibling might think they know. Nobody can know your story like the way you know your story. So people just put in one or two to know what you are, what your stories are, what they think your stories are. So I used to suit those boys and people, my friends then would be asking me, why are you playing with this boy? Why are you giving them money? They are still going to use this money to drink. I said, let's do it now. Somebody met them and they met some people that, veered them off the normal pathway, because no child is born with drinking. No child is born with smoking. Somebody will come and introduce them to it. Like one of my nephew, uh, the mother was not around where we were living those days. It was just 5, 6 years. It was when he's lonely, nobody is at home. He will go to where they smoke and where they do this thing. Kayode Emmanuel, good evening. Welcome. Happy Sunday. He will just go to where they are smoking and they will be sending him to go and buy cigarette, send him to go and buy alcohol. And when he comes, they will just pour small into his mouth. They will give him small smoke. Igbo, that was even marijuana. So somebody called me, our landlord's daughter, and said, sister, this is what is happening. And I rushed down to Ogun State to go and pick that boy. And I brought him to Lagos until he finished his course. So I didn't know that God was saying something. So when I got to the area I was living back to about 4 or 5 years ago, I saw those boys and that thing just clicked. And I said, oh, this is what could have happened to my own nephew, my younger sister's son, that I went to rescue. The boy is a graduate today. And the compassion just came, empathy. And as a nurse, no matter how we have our individual background, the way you behave, the way you react to things. But as a nurse, one of our core values in nursing is empathy. It's only if your background is not good and you are not working on yourself, you have a bad background, the way you are trained in your house, that you can just talk to anybody, you can do. So there should be retraining and self-retraining, conscious effort that no, I can't give the patient to this. I've been a patient for 10 days. I Lagos teaching hospital in this Lagos state, and I knew what I went through in the hand of nurses, my own professional colleagues. So that empathy, just and I said, I cannot be watching these boys like this. Oh. And my colleagues started making jest of me. Why will you? Are they your family? Are they your children? Why will you be going to talk to them. Nobody is giving you money. You are just shouting. The money you are supposed to spend to eat, you are using it to enter transport. The day of your rest, do I say I don't know why they were using Panadol for my own headache and body pain, and they started. I was ridiculed because of this community volunteering. They are not even collecting money. They are not even. They said all manners of things, and naturally, I'm from Ekiti State, and some people started mocking me that because I grew up in the village in Ekiti, so I speak Ekiti dialect fluently, and they started mocking me at my place of work. That one that speaks my English is Ekiti-ish. That you see the intonation that is somehow Ekiti-ish, and it got to a stage, as in like sometimes I felt so discouraged, with myself when you hear what people are saying, and they don't even care who you are. They will say it to you, bam, and those things will break me, and I will go. I feel like, should I just stop this thing? But that the other spirit will just tell me, don't stop, don't stop. And when I see, if you see some of the videos I posted, you see the way the children will be happy, they will be shouting because God gave me something like I'm able, if I'm talking to people in those schools, even the adults, it was these children something that I started, and churches gathering, and they started seeing me. If all right, thank you, Mr. Kennedy, thank you. So if I'm talking from School of Nursing, in the School of Nursing that I went, it was a Catholic mission school, and you know how strict those people were. Up till now, they are still strict in my own school. So we had Reverend Mother, we have Reverend Mothers, Reverend Fathers, and most of them were even white because it's sacred at Abeokuta. So most of the time they will just pack maybe a semester, a particular course, and it might be 30 topics. And I was a class rep, and they will say, "Oh yeah, no, take, share it to everybody." And if we share, it still remain. They say, "Okay, you that the few of you that are, you know, maybe you are A student, share it among yourself." Then we share. At times I might have 3 or 4 topics on my hand, and immediately you go and do your own research as a person on that course and that topic, and come and teach, and the teacher will be sitting down like this, and your mates are there. If you do mistake, you make any mistake in English, bam, they will make jest of you. If they ask question and you are blabbing or you can't face the crowd, they keep, we keep making jest of ourselves. And before you knew, I couldn't face crowd before, and I started facing crowd. It was that school that I went, being a Catholic school, that helped me. So by the time I said, okay, let me start going to school, initially I was afraid. What will I say? What will I? Something was telling me, maybe they are children, just speak anyhow. Then my own colleagues that were supposed to even support me and say, this thing you are doing, they started making mockery. Nothing we are not here. English is Ekiti. She just shouting. Waiting she they talk self. Waiting they talk. To the extent that if I posted, we have a group where I work is Igbobi Nurses, National Orthopedic Hospital Igbobi. We have a group for orthopedic nurses. We call the Orthopedic Nurses Connect. We have on Facebook, we have on WhatsApp. So when I started, out of excitement, I'm doing something that no one of them is doing. At least then, we were still plenty as nurses. We were over 1,000 the time I started. But now maybe we are like 300, 350 at work. Most people have jackpot, and some retired, of course. So, and I said, okay, let me be posting there. Hi, I didn't even post the WhatsApp one for like 3 or 4, let's say about 3 or 4 weeks, or let's say 2 months. And people started calling me privately. Don't put your thing there. Oh, wait till they talk. So I felt bad and I stopped. Then the Facebook own that most of them, they are not doing anything, they're not posting there, it's just there. So I was like only one that was active, and I started posting. Do you know that they called the admin of that post, or that group in Facebook, that why are you allowing Felicia to be posting? Is that the main aim of the most of the people that said it now? They have retired, they have left the movie. And they know they post. The place is just, the group is just there. If you go there now, like 99% of the posts there are my own. But when you are doing things, and like me, if I when I was before I entered government hospital, I was working with Mikano. There's one company at Ikeja in Lagos. They do all these BB generator. I was working with auxiliary nurse. In fact, we are not supposed to put auxiliary nurse, auxiliary, because they are quacks. They are not registered nurses. But this girl trained. Most of them, when we go to school, when you are in school of nursing, you can spend a month in class, go and spend 1 month in the ward, go and spend another 1 month in clinic. So you are not fully on ground. But for those auxiliary, they are there 3 years of their own training. So they have most of the practicals that we have registered don't even have. So they brought this girl to me in Nikano. I was the matron, and there was a day we were just talking about how to suture if there were injuries. And I started telling her I learned about just or two that we were taught in school of nurse. This girl knows like 10. You understand? So I didn't say that she was auxiliary or she was a junior, no, this and that. I just called her. What word is when you are coming? Bring a foam and this needle, this big needle we used to do our hair, that women used to do their hair. And I said, okay, oh. And she started teaching me, teaching me, teaching me. And the HR there then was a lady that was about my age mate. And I wrote a letter. We needed a cleaner, a separate cleaner. We needed a free to be put in our vaccine. He said, wait till they do there. What is there? There was a day a guy had an accident and the head caught dagger dagger. So I just asked her, I said, Tope, what am I going to do? He said, the style I taught you, this style, this is what we're, because the thing was much, massive, very bleeding everywhere. And I started, with little or no supervision from her. She was just giving me high, and I was doing it. By the time the HR came with her jeep, she wanted to go come and transport the guy to the hospital that we use at Kowa. And she met me. I was nearly finishing, the suturing was almost like just about 3 to 4 cm remaining. And she said, but I said, yeah, you can see blood everywhere, but I'm in control of this. Nobody knew that it was the girl that taught me. Auxiliary, you understand? So that's how I've been learning. They started victimizing me at work. I was in a particular ward because of this. They removed me from that ward and took me to a busier ward. There's a ward was like 70% busy. They now took you to 85% there, so that you will not be able. They did all manner. So when I got there, the woman there, I was asking people, they say, this place they are taking, they say the woman there is wicked. That's all. You are not a trans. You are not you hard working, you don't have problems there. So that was back in 2023. And I started moving. And she now he called the woman will just call me, say, come on, which duty do you want me to put you next week? Because I know you and this your children where you they carry. And I saw God's favor, they follow me. Now so before you know, just about 2 months ago, May 2022, May 22, 2025, I just did. Now they just call me May 21, they just call me that American government in coalition with some people, they want to give me award. I said, no, the person that even told me, the HOD nurses don't even say that. They say I should bring you at Alausa. Yes, one award like that. But I didn't even know that I was the one that I felt they just, when they want to do something, they will nominate some people in at my place of work. Follow, you are the people, all the people are representing us. So I just felt I was following her until the following morning. As at 6 p.m. of 21st of May, I did not know that I was the one that was giving her the award. But the HOD had this passive aggression. You just say, hey, and they say I should bring you if you are Yoruba. On this, you see, when somebody say, they say I should bring you as if you are a criminal or you have done something, they needed to go and plead with them. And I said, okay, ma. And that's until the following morning that the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives for Ghana came and said, congratulations. I said, what? You have been nominated from America. you have 40 nurses nominated all over the country, and you tied with someone. We were six that made the finals. I got 37 all over 50 with another guy. There was a lady that got 41. But by the time they called the people that nominated that, those people started, uh, you say you know this person. Okay, from where? How did you know her? They started, murmuring. They could not speak straight. And it's not Nigeria something, it's abroad. I was in that place working. People were calling to verify, to, know things about me from America. I didn't know. And she was the one that told me that 22nd morning, and I said, "You have won an international award." Eh? Oh, Guinea. That was it. So, in other words, I would have left, and the award came with a lot of benefits. And the benefits are even much more than what I've spent in this last 4 years that I've started. I started September 26th because I attended. I'm a member of Winners Chapel International, and I got to church on 26th of that 24th. I've been having the plan, but what will people say? My English is not correct. My English is not correct. Tumishe, 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 go and put on the generator. Sorry, NEPA don't carry light. Oh. You understand? I was like, what will people say? What will this and that say? And that was how the award came. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but I just want to encourage, maybe you are going through something and like people are mocking you. Or maybe you are the firstborn, like I'm the firstborn, and you have, invested major part of your life in your sibling, and the time you needed them, you think, okay, I've done for them now, they should be able to do for me, and you are not seeing them. Don't be discouraged. Oh. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You get there. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. If I have dropped, like, the Bible, I'm not preaching anyway. The Bible says, write it down. When you get the vision, write it down. No matter how little your idea is, make sure you document it. Because there are things that I've written, and by the time I see it, I say, "Oh, am I the one that wrote this? Oh my God!" Writing, that pen is our longest memory. So don't drop your vision. Don't be discouraged. And I got to know something in the course of, my life's journey. If you are helping people, don't expect them to help you, because that was the mistake I made. I was thinking, I've done for this person. This person should be able to do for me now. And the people that you are thinking that they should do for you are saying you have entitlement mentality. So one day now, as I was now, thinking about this, is that why should I help you? And it's my time now. You're supposed to help me, and you are running away. What is happening? And you know what that spirit told me? That spirit told me that I should not worry. It is not part of his own plan. God said it's not part of his own plan, that it is compulsory, that is the person that helped me, that I've helped, that come and repay me. That I should just be doing my own, that it will happen whether I like it or not. And I started moving. So, and that spirit told me that that there is a grace of 50%, that if he that is God wants to give anybody anything, you that you are the receiver, patapata, you must have gotten like 50% grace from God. Then the person that wants to give you must have gotten like 50% too grace to give you. So when there is 50% here and 50% there, you have 100% grace. But if the 50% is not complete here, is not complete here, you won't get anything. So when I now had that understanding, that God just opened my mind, and I got that. I say, wow, this is a revelation. Since then, what do I do? I'll just be looking up to God. I will look up to the hills. From where else cometh my help? My help is in the name of the Lord who made heaven and earth. That is it. Nobody can get anything. So the way God now did this award, you understand? Because if I say I'm going through a lot, I am. And the award just came out of the blue. It's still like, that verse, that Psalm 121 that used to say, and when the Lord shall turn again the captivity of Zion, we're like dead that dreameth. That is it. So whatever you are doing, I'm using my own as an example to let you know that whatever you are doing, and it's like, will this thing still work? Can I still make it? Don't drop your dream. Don't drop your vision. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Excuse me, sorry. Tumi Shafa, put on the gen. Oh, Eshanu mi. You know raw petrol since. So just keep moving. God has not forgotten you. He has not called you to come to this world in vain. But at times when you don't have helpers, it will look as if, what am I even in this life for? So that is it. I need to go now so that we. Is the gen back? Ṣé ti tán? Túnmiṣe, Túnmiṣe, come and put it on for me now. Ṣé ti tán, Jen? Huh? Put the light on for me now. I just put it on. Those are just talking. They're not doing anything. Sorry. We're in Nigeria, where NEPA can do and undo. So that is it. So I went through hell in the hand of growing up from a broken home. Hell, growing up within family space. Within family space, it has not been easy. But nobody tells us that life is fair. Life itself is not fair. It's not fair. So no matter what you are going through, just keep moving. Keep moving, right? Bring that one. Yes, now I'm on program. Bring that one so that you can plug my ring light for me. So that's it. So yesterday we were actually on a topic, and the topic was common mistakes to avoid when you are in courtship. When I was going through my own thing in relationship and all that, I didn't know that one day I will have the platform. I never knew that I was going to have the platform to be able to talk to people about my own life. We take plug in now. About my own life. Oh yeah, put it on now. Yeah. About my own life. And this is what I'm able to, bring out. This is what I'm able to bring out. Sorry, go and charge this one. So my life is full of, in fact, if I want to write a book on my life, it will be as big as the Holy Bible, the big Holy Bible. You understand? And I know most of us too have had such experiences. So, like the mistakes I made growing up when it comes to love, relationship, and all that, I wouldn't want my children to go through that. Except I now decided, I now tell them, this is what I've been through. and I'm trying to guide them, and they are doing, like Yoruba will say, they are doing edge like this. So if they do like that, that is their own problem. But this one, they are my personal life experiences. So some of the thing is that we should avoid. Yesterday we were doing that. I think it was even NEPA that stopped that program too. NEPA. So I had to do the first part. So we are going to be doing the second part. So going forward, we were able to talk about some red flags, things to avoid. Number one, that yesterday, I think we talked about seeing your partner as your therapist. You understand? Most of us are damaged. We are damaged. Not because of our own fault, some of us, because if you are from a broken home and your parents are neither not there for you, and you are just living with one random auntie, one random maternal uncle, maternal like me. I grew up with my maternal auntie. Yes, now my grandma. That's even my grandma's elder sister. You can see the distance. My maternal grandma elder sister. Mother nowhere, father different, father separated. You understand? So most of the times when we begin to experience those things and there is no proper healing, we look damaged. Your self-esteem is damaged. Your morals at times might be damaged. Your conscience damaged. So when you see people calling some people narcissists, or you see people referring to some people as being toxic, most of the time it's not their fault. It's the way they grew up. It's what they picked when they were growing. You understand? And me, because of what I was going through where I lived, as I felt relationship, having a man would be the best way of escape. So that let me just get out of this. I never knew it was going to be from fire to fry pan. I mean from fire to gas. And you know when gas light is burning, I mean no, so I have seen it live. Is terrible. Petrol and gas. It's very terrible. So that's why most of us are damaged. So when you now get someone to love you and you're in a relationship, you see them as a therapist. That's why you see most, even our parents, those days when I was growing up, when they have bad sons, they have damaged sons. That's why the fact they were even in the marriage with they were even at home with their parents growing up. And their parents will now be looking for a good woman to marry them. And if they have a badly raised or damaged girl child, they want to push them to a good family and a good man so that they will be able to nurture them. But I come to tell you that your partners are not your therapists. They are your partner. They are not therapists. If you are seeking help, like I used to say, is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. So if you have issues with your emotions, with your psyche, go and see a therapist. Be good, be clean, like somebody that, like a drug addict that has submitted him or herself for rehabilitation and fine now. You understand? So you have to submit yourself for cleansing, emotional and psychological cleansing. So that when you are clean, not that you are still damaged, you are going through some traumas and you have not properly healed, and you are going out there to go and meet, to go and bring somebody else's daughter to come and marry you, or go and bring somebody else's son and say, I love him, I love him, and you know you are damaged, you have not really healed. So that's the first thing. Your soon to be spouse is not a therapist. They are just a partner. And of course, lies. If you have a child before this marriage, if it is okay by me, why not? I handled a case about 3 years ago. The lady had an 11-year-old daughter. And the guy used to say, and he was telling him, um, it's my cousin, it's my this, that. There's different lies until the day the thing opened. And the guy, of course, told them, complain, well, I'm no shame, I'm not they do again. And he walked out of that marriage when she was about 5 or 6 months pregnant. So we should not, things that you know you cannot take. For example, you are a man, you don't want to marry a single mother. You understand? But you have a son and you know you don't like a single mother. Why will you go and bring a single girl and tell her that you don't have a child? And when the poor lady now decide to rise up and say, no, I can't live with this guy in this house. Never told me. And people will be saying, they will still be gaslighting her and be saying, Shebi is a child now, and the person wey want to born child, it should be accommodating to children. And they start gaslighting, especially this African culture, this Nigerian culture, especially the Igbo and Yoruba. Oh, they can gaslight you. They can make you feel worthless in those kind of situations. She too, she wish to have her own children. She should accommodate that thing. You didn't plan that you were going to have there is going to be a child. Because if you want to go into a relationship with children before, there was a foundation in the house, a foundation of a child, or a previous marriage, or previous baby mama or baby papa. So you as a young person, another person coming in, you know there was you will accept that there was a foundation. Then let me go and build on that foundation. But when you see that there is no foundation, you're just coming and you now come, somebody just tell you, I have 2 kids, I have 3 kids, I was married, my wife is in Port Harcourt. So it's one of the mistakes that we make. Don't think she loves me so much, and by the time she hears, she not go do anything, or he's not he's so much care for me. Oh, by the time some people will just go. And if she's pregnant or you have had a child before the problem, another broken home, and all those children that we are bringing into life, we should consider their own future, their mental health, their social health, their physical health. As I am now, because what I've been through in my life, I don't have friends. As I did now, I'm 50 plus. Nobody, they can't call anybody and say, this is my friend. Apart from work, I just have friends. We see, how are you? After work, so that I tent, oh Israel, I don't go. I don't have any friend because of the way I grew up. I was bastardized. So no friends. I was just there, no social life. I don't go to parties. I don't go to anything. It's not that I'm growing up. I assume I even have friends. Maybe I'll be able to go to party. I'll be able to go, all those things. I can't start doing them. Means they are too late. You understand? They are late. So the best thing, we should not do the foundation with lies. It will definitely fail. It will definitely fail. Then apart from that, don't tolerate violence. Somebody just come or give you one slap, and you say, and you know most, because I've been through that. I was in a relationship for 6 years. I have marks all over. And those people, the violent people, when they beat you finish, or even they kill you, you know what they used to say? They say, see what you have made me to do to you now. I love you. See what you have made me to do to you now. Now some person go just die. They will carry on. You don't buy, carry on, go where wetin they call am mortuary. Abi go do forensic. If it becomes a police case, they say they go and do autopsy, do forensic again, they begin to cut them open and begin to check all the vital organs to know what killed them. Do you understand? So don't tolerate any form of violence. If you have if you are loved at home, and you're not the type of child that keeps things from your parents, and your parents are not the type that they are shaman, a child doesn't have access to them. When they are outside, they'll be joking with people. Immediately they come into the house, the child cannot even have access to them. That's why most men, when I go preach, I go and do health talk, I used to tell men, be close to your children. Very soon now, these children that you are looking at like this, you'll now be using a stick. And you now say it's only mama that is going obodo oyinbo to go and do omugo. When you want to give school fees, you are giving to mama. Mama will say, I've gone to pay your school fees, so they need books. I've gone to buy, I pay for your books. So the father not in the picture. And this man is working tirelessly to put food on the table, to sponsor you. And you, Baba said, you are not close to them. You can't be in the same sitting room watching TV with your children, and so your eye will be like Ojuku, I will make everything as if very soon all those strength where you get, you go, even if you are a military man, you are a major in the army, you are a general, your strength will abate one day. And it's not these children that you will see. So be friends with your children. It's not, money is not enough. House rent is not enough. I don't pay for the subscription. Uber is not enough. You have to do something better. Do something better. Be close to them. Be close to them. You are a father, your girl child cannot tell you anything about menstruation. You are a father, your girl child cannot tell you anything about boyfriend until maybe they are now 27. That you are now asking them, say you not bring boys into this house. You won't bring fiancé to come out for me. You have failed now. You have failed until she has graduated. That's when you're now asking about her love life. What happens to those teenage period? That it is that time we look like as if we are crazy for love. When the dopamine, the cortisol, the hormones of affection, the hormone of love, when it's running, you are not there for that girl. The boy is there. He's having wet dreams. You are not there as a father to tell him, oh, don't worry, this wet dream is something, is natural. I went through that. So just to reassure them. And you see a child locking him or herself up in the room. It doesn't bother you. You have to do better. So any form of violence should not be tolerated. Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it verbal? A man that can tell you, man, that can body shame you, for example, your breast is somewhere, and you are still cutting. And you are going to live it with him. If you will not die, maybe 20, 30 years, you are still together. And he don't complain, you are too fat, you are too thin, your breast is too big, your breast is too small, and you are just smiling over it. You not japa. You better give yourself brain. Is what I've been through that I'm talking about. Then apart from that, no form of disrespect should be entertained. You are unique. For your biological father to have you, he donated millions of sperms. And that millions of sperm, you were the only survivor. That makes you unique. If they go to India and go to all over the world, your fingerprints can never be the same with anybody. Even your own biological father, they do the DNA. DNA is what all of us represent. That's our material, our genetic material. If they now do their DNA that they are shouting DNA, if they do it with your own biological father, it cannot be 100%. It can be 99.9%. It can never be 100%. The 100% is what differentiates you from your own father. So it means all of us, we are important. So somebody wants to, or like one of my younger sibling those days, he just got married, and the wife was a virgin, and she was pregnant, and he started saying, this is my wife, in the presence of his friends, and I was there, and was saying, this guy wants to kill me with sex every day. I just look at him like this. I kept quiet. I didn't want to embarrass him because his friends were there. After the friends left, I called him and I told him, you drank something here, you say you want to tell me that this is your friend. They don't know that you and your wife used to have sex. And so why is it coming from? Is it excitement? I am now announcing to them that my wife who do like sex. You understand? And he said that's how it stopped. So if a man or a woman does not respect you, they don't deserve you. If you cannot, there are some people, they love you, but they don't do display of public advice. They don't do PDA, public display of affection. They don't. That you are holding hand, you are kissing in public, they don't do it. But you will know that they respect you. Not that we are going on the road and you are shouting on me. You now get inside the room. You are now, petting me and be begging me and that you caused it. Those people, they are toxic. They are Nazis. They are Nazis. If they are not going to change, Then apart from that, don't try to change anybody. You understand? As the psychologist said in child psychology, by the age of 7, the formative years of a child is completed. And the formative years mean that after the age of 7, all the things that you're supposed to have impacted into this child, the moral, the stability, you have not, imparted. And by 12, 13, you are still carrying cane. You are beating the child. I say you should do this, the psychologist said you have failed as a parent. So by age of 7, especially if a child is not living with you, he has learned the basics from where he or she has lived. Then coming back to live with you right now, at the age of 7, the formative years has been formed. So it's not the time you now carry belts and be beating them like you want to kill them. It's an abuse. It's an abuse. So at 7, their formative years, you don't finish. You don't finish. So that's why we have to be there for them, guiding them. Don't spoil them. Like my own children now, they say they need this, I will not say yes. At times I will have the money. I say I no get. They will say God will provide. I say amen. And I have the money. So it's not everything they want. You just be giving them, giving them. Me that I didn't even leave my parents. I live with one grand auntie in the village. Now I go they do I cause say this is what I want to eat. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. But I beg, not be waiting you see you go chop. By 5:36 those days, latest 6 o'clock, I'm in the farm. They don't born me. By the time I get to farm, before 7, 7 after 7, I'm back to the town, miles away from house. Then immediately I get to the house, I bath, I'm going to school. As I'm coming back from school, dropping my bag, removing my uniform, I'm wearing another clothes. I'm going back to that same farm. Then we come back around 6:37 as we are coming back, because those days the Ekiti people, no be now, we eat pounded yam. I don't know of now. We eat pounded yam morning, and then we eat afternoon, and then we see it in the night. And as we are just coming back, what am I doing? I don't put yam on top of fire again. Now me go still pound. You understand? It was more or less like a child labor, because I can't allow my children to go through those ones. Then one of the common mistakes is don't lose yourself because we're in a relationship. I lost myself. There's something we call, there should be room for self-growth and personal development, self-love, self-care. If you have a man or a woman, you are in a relationship, and one of you has OND and one has Kusa, and the OND now say, I'm thinking I should go for my HND, Jare. You that you have Kusa, go and start your own ND. Even if you are in the marriage, as the children are progressing, you are progressing. As the children are progressing, as tough as it is, my children, the one where they invest, don't they? The one where want enter, don't the one where don't finish, they. Me self, I collect form, and they do my BSc nursing. The time where now cloth we no go wear, now correct food we no go chop. Everybody they ruffle now. The education you want to now your own now. The male, and I have just one daughter. All of the remaining are boys. Very soon now, that certificate where I don't give them, they will go and carry one Angie baby. They go and carry, mommy, I've seen somebody, and the certificate and the boy go. Even the girl, they will go. It remains me. So what do I have left? Is it just the memories? No. I should develop myself. Don't allow a man, your spouse, to leave you. You have to be a go-getter. This woman is moving. Move. Those days, one of my in-laws, sister-in-law, she went to UK. The father was rich and was sponsoring her, believing that she was doing her university in the UK. without knowing that this woman was at home having babies and was using her school fees to train a man from this Lagos. And she was there. Small time. The father was expecting, daddy remain small. Along the line, she had two babies, two boys. Immediately the man finished because her English, the man say no good because she did not brush up herself. She was, standing on the promises that the man gave her, that don't worry, when I finish my own, I will sponsor you. So you just stay here. They bring money, make you dey born, make me I dey go my own school. Immediately the man finish, man no even look at her. Man just told her poor plain, "Wait, I'm done with you. You are not my spec. You are not my spec. I can't marry somebody that speaks the kind of English that you speak." And that was how she left. And because she no get paper for that obodo oyinbo, and the number of years, the course that she was supposed to do, they sent her back to Naija. Thank God that those two boys were citizens. They are the one that now brought her back to the US. The father disowned her. So when your spouse is developing, or your lover to be, develop yourself too. That is what we are trying to say in essence. Then of course there shouldn't be both emotional and physical cheating. Emotional cheating is like, if I'm in Nigeria, if I have a boyfriend over the outside the country, and right there my partner is with me, but right, they are with me physically, but my mind and everything is with that person outside. That's emotional cheating. And it's even more, is more, how do I put it? It's more wild than the physical cheating most of the time. Because if I have a boyfriend in Nigeria now, we might even see maybe once, just have an appointment, okay, once a month or that. But when you are into emotional cheating, that one can even break the marriage. So what? I'm online now. Oh my God. Mi ò ní nọ́mbà Péjúmọ́ o. Sorry. No, I can't proceed. Sorry, yeah, something came up. I don't have her number again. And tell to me, I don't have her number again. Which day? Ó ti pẹ́. So sorry. So that's just it. I was saying about emotional cheating. It breaks. In fact, there is no, maybe once in 2 3 months, I'll be handling such cases. I saw a message. I saw his message with one woman in America, and they were sending nudes, and they were sending "I love you," romantic things. You understand? It breaks home faster. So if you know you want to go into this, no physical and emotional cheating should not be something that you want to do. Then you say you want to go into a relationship with this person. What do you want to do? Accept their friends and family. Because it's very common, especially these Gen Zs now. They say, what's my own with family? Wetin concern me with family? I don't understand. Wetin concern me? No, it should be your concern. It should be. It should be part of your concern. If you say you love me, you don't love my dog. Which kind love be that one? If you don't want this person, don't, and if you know you're not going to be able to accept their families or the kind of friends they keep, though there are friends that like me, I have a way of, how do I pushing them aside. If you know this person is a bad influence of this person, yes, you can do it. But now that you are insecure because of the kind of friends they keep, but you should be able to accept their families. They didn't come from heaven directly. A woman, a man gave birth to them. They have siblings, they have friends, they have parents, they have gbogbo aunties, uncle, and that. Not that you are everywhere, but accept their families. Don't say, because you just have to look at it. If it's my own daughter, Will I say the husband should not like me? And in this part of the world, the Igbos, the southeast, and this our southwest, all these southerners, I don't know about the north because I don't know, I'm not familiar with their culture. Most of us women, we are wicked, wicked mother-in-laws. What do we do? You want your own daughter to have peace of mind in her own husband's house. And you want the husband and the family of the husband to be carrying her like egg, make she for no break. You understand? When you see good things in her body, the husband buys her car, una go dey pop wine, una go dey shout hallelujah, una go dey say alhamdulillah. When it is time for your own son to do the same to his wife, it becomes a problem. See as the wife is shining, see as the wife is, they start why is it like that? Women, the problem of the women. It shouldn't be like that. If you have a child, a girl child, maybe from as one baby of a baby mama, she's a baby mama, she's a single mother, you want her to get good husband and settle there. But if your own son brings in a single mother, tufiaka, God forbid bad thing, e no go happen. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́. You start fighting as if it's not all single mothers or single fathers that had fault in what led to their becoming baby mamas or baby papas. It is not, because I do a lot of counseling. I do a lot of counseling. You understand? So even before, I used to think I have problems. Then when I started this going out to speak to people on health, you know, when you speak, they see you as this is somebody that can help them, even when you are going through your own pain. So I've been through a lot of counseling sessions with people, and I hear story, and I know that my own problem is small. There's nothing there. So that is one of the things. Then, of course, their interests. You should be able to meet your spouse or your husband or wife to be in between. Like you have a boyfriend or a fiance or a fiancée that has interest in football, and you don't even have any interest in all those things. Your own is African magic, and the other person, you don't like African magic. But because of you are going into this relationship and you want it to last, why not just meet them halfway? Have a little interest in football for their sake, then they will now have a little interest in your own African magic. So it's not that you now watch ball from La Liga to UEFA to Espanol to Espanol. That's what you watch. And this woman is there. She's not interested though. Or the other way around. And she's there 1 hour, 2 hours from one station to another, football. Or is the woman that now picks from one African magic to Iroko, from Iroko to another channel. It is film none. No, we have to be able to meet them at, you have to be at par. At least bring down your standard 50. Let her too bring down her standard 50-50, so that there won't be crisis in that relationship. And when we're talking about relationship, there should be room for physical intimacy. At times, some school of thought, like churches or some religious organizations, might say there shouldn't be sex after marriage. And to me, we are not preaching Bible here. At times, my own advice is that somebody should try and how do I put it? Use wisdom when it comes to sexual intimacy. You understand? But there should be physical intimacy. You can connect, you can talk, you can. Then apart from this physical intimacy, when you're talking about the sexual intimacy, you should discuss your sexual preferences. These days now, this Gen Z generation before this Alpha generation, now the amount I take note say some people are transgender, some people are bisexual, they want to sleep with men and they still want to sleep with women. And some women too, they want to do by lesbianism and still sleep with men. You understand? And some relationship they say is complicated, where a man will allow his wife to have boyfriend, and they say they are in open relationship in a marriage. Ah, it's gentle. You understand? So if you don't talk about those things, and because it's a church that we met, and we are not permitted to speak about sex. Oh my God! If you know what daddy Geos and mommy Geos are going through when it comes to sex, I went to one church at Onikwan, 2023 October. Mommy Geo, it was a meeting of pastors' wives, and deacon, all these workers, yeah. And they said it was about we should speak about sex. So I asked the senior pastor, I said, are we going to, be using style to talk it? Abi, you want it raw? So when it comes to sex, now vast. And the man said, hey, this particular this thing is for them now. It was even a doctor that they called. The doctor said, I know person will go do am. So he followed me there and just did the introduction. So I went to ask them so that they will not be judging me and say this woman don't spoil. Maybe she call herself pastor. So I asked, are we going to be paying or Sonny? Are we going to go straight to the point? And the man said, straight to the point, I said, okay. And we started talking. I was given 1 hour. Eventually, they added 30 minutes. Then that's 1 hour, 30 minutes. When it was not time for question and answer, everywhere was hot, smoke everywhere. Then after, there were some that didn't have the confidence, you understand, to ask question about sex outside, because church has made us to believe that sex is evil. It's only when you want to have children. And people are suffering. Daddy Joe is suffering. Mommy Joe is suffering. How can somebody be a pastor's wife and you are going on 70 days fasting inside the house, and you are not telling your husband proud to that time that, I'll be going on 70 days fasting. You just wake up one day, and you begin. Oh, Tendrebo. It is that time that the husband will know that this person is fasting. And you say, how many days, Mommy Gio? And you say, it's 70 days fasting. Likewise, men too. From 3 days fasting to another 3 days fasting. And we've been made to believe that when you are fasting, there shouldn't be anything sexual relation. When I was attending MFM those days, the pastor, MFM pastor, Dr. Lukoya, used to tell us that if you are a married woman, you are married, no Allah. Know that you can fast. Those 70 days of fasting they used to do those days, they still do it anyway. There are some days that you break at 5 p.m. There are some days that you break at 2 p.m. So the days that you are breaking at 5 p.m., said, for example, you're supposed to break at 5. And maybe your husband is not part of MFM member, and he just comes around 2 and say, Madam, I want sex. He said you should just give thanks to God for a good day on this fasting, and believe God for answer prayer. And submit yourself to your own husband and let him have sex. Because he's educated, he's exposed, and he has had a lot of things that sex can cause in relationship. So that's why he was saying that. So you not say it's Pastor Lukoya that said we should not allow our husband or we should not touch our wife when we are doing fasting. He knew what it meant before he was saying those things. So that's why you don't just go into that relationship. What's their sexual orientation? What's their sexual preference? What's their own definition of sex? We all have the different definition of sex. What I believe as a good sex, it might not be what my husband believes. My husband to be believes is a good sex. What I believe as a good sexual intimacy or my sexual orientation might be different. So that's the reason you have to talk about it. Don't just say, I want to marry you. Okay, I'll marry you. And you start preparing for registry, start preparing for introduction. Start, most of these our Nigerian marriages that have problem, we don't discuss what we call prenuptials. That's premarital agreement. We don't discuss it. How many kids do you want to have? Are we going to have kids? You understand? How many kids do you want us to have? Which kind of what type of school are we putting them? Who pays the bill for house rent? Who does this for children? If you have, we talk about a lot of things. And apart from that, don't overlook major differences. If you're a Christian woman and you want to go and marry another religion, or you're a Christian man or a Muslim man, you want to go and marry Christian woman, there should be agreement now. Because women, we have, because children stays with us longer than they stay with their dads. So we have a way of influencing them towards our side. We have the price. So we just influence them. And when you influence them, and you have not discussed with this man before marriage, that when these children begin to grow, I'm a Muslim, I want to be taking them to Mocharashi. And the man has not said, no, they are my children, they bear my son. They have to follow me to church. You know, I'm a pastor now. So if there are major differences, don't overlook it. Love is not enough to carry marriage through. Wow. In fact, in the marriage, I know they even see saying and love again. I think it's just understanding, and we keep cohabiting. We keep cohabiting, just living together, husband and wife, thereafter. That's just it. Which love? Love don't die now. After 10, 20 years, most of the love has been shared. You have 5 children, you have 4 children, you have 3 children, and your guy is there. You have divided the love. He's not conscious. It's unconsciously, you just begin to divide. Hey, my children, my children, my children, and the man begins to suffer the pain. So most of the time, it's not love. So I love him, I love her. It's not enough to sustain a marital relationship for more than 1 or 2 years. In fact, go and meet most people after 2 years of marriage. They will be telling you, even 1 year, I regret marrying this lady. I regret marrying this. That's what I've been hearing in this our counseling session. If I knew, if I knew, God forbid bad thing, I wouldn't have married you. Because love don't die. Love don't die. Your eye, that love, that dopamine, cortisol, oxytocin, wetin remain now? All these love hormones, they don't declare. Your eye don't declare. The eye wey say, I cannot see him. If I don't see her, I not go sleep. If I don't see her, my life is finished. Oh, we never even come 7 o'clock. Say you don't lock the door, sleep. Don't lock the door, sleep. So that time, love will not, is not enough to carry you through. So there are some basic things that you must talk about. Like my children now, I've been telling them, ask questions, ask questions. Don't go and roll good there. So you have to ask questions. Keep asking, keep asking. What and what that we should do? Not that you're just saying love, 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 love. Love will not the last day. And in advanced countries, they can divorce 10 times, remarry the 10 times. Okaye, nobody will judge them most of the time. And they are not ashamed to say it. But yeah, you are just a baby mama, you are a single mother. They will tag you die. They will tag you die and say, she's a single mother. She's a single mother. Eh? They will be tagging you after one. Those days they will even say after man. Now that they use a baby mama, single mother, baby father. Those days. Then for someone you say you are in a relationship, you are thinking you are in courtship or relationship, and you are thinking of marriage, you should show empathy, love, and concern. I can't tell you that I've been through a hard day, job, my vehicle spoiled on the island, and I'm on that bridge, 7 o'clock, trying to fix my car. And we are in a relationship, whether I am the girl or the woman or the man. Until I get home 9:30, 10, fixing that car on that deadly Third Mainland Bridge. You cannot even give me one call and say, oh, on how far? How far now? Have you been able? Are you through that one? Hmm. You have to think about it. Somebody that is still on the road that cannot even show concern. Forget the love. Forget the love. Then apart from that, that is love and concern. Then apart from that, if you are in any relationship and this person wakes up in the morning, there is no good morning. They are going to work 6:37. No, I'm on my way to work. Getting to work, I'm at work. No message. In the afternoon, they are coming back. No message. In the night, they have reached home. No message. No good night. At least we know 2, 3 times a day. No talk. It's one-sided. It's only one person that is doing yes, yes. And I mean they greet you. I mean they call you. I mean they. In fact, you are in relationship with yourself. Nobody is befriending you. You are befriending yourself because there is no how you love someone that you don't want to hear from them. First thing, you're waking up in the morning, your phone, you want to see have they sent message. The love is there. But somebody now wakes up, gets to work, no good morning, no, I'm at work, I'm just reached work, I'm on my way to work, and in the afternoon, how are you feeling? In the evening, no message. Now you only they send. You are in a relationship with yourself. You have to think twice. Is a big red flag. You are in a relationship with yourself. I had a friend those days, though the marriage packed up, the spouse was in Ibadan and the lady was in Lagos. The lady will pack all her off, she's a nurse, and go to Ibadan to go and meet this particular person. And if she leaves on Monday, assuming she has gone on Thursday or something, she will stay with him 4 days, 5 days. It was a marriage, no boyfriend, girlfriend. By the time this lady comes back to Lagos on Monday, this guy will not call. Are you back? Have you gotten to your base? Tuesday, have you gotten to your base? Wednesday, have you gotten to your base? Friday, have you gotten to until maybe Saturday the girl now say, honey, you didn't even ask of me since I left on Monday. And today is Friday. Say, since I didn't hear from you, I know you have gotten to Lagos that you are okay. Hmm. And that time they were still looking for babies. One day we just heard that the guy don't impregnate another person. And that was the end of the relationship. That's how he packed his own thing. And I was telling her, I said, this is a red flag. Man that you will live for 4 or 5 days, that will not bother to even call you once. Say, not be say you were coming, he gave you money. Not be say you were coming back, he gave you money. You are there, not be that he will give you money to prepare things that both of you will eat over the weekend. I say, no, he's a man of God, oh, he's a pastor, oh, he's Holy Spirit filled. In fact, God is moving in his life. And when you are talking like that, some people will think, waiting come be your own. Now I can't use padlock. Now I lock my mouth. Say, make I for not dey put my mouth for waiting they not call me. Now I just keep quiet. As I can't keep quiet, now just one day, now he call himself call me say, somebody just called him now, called her now, that the guy packed his own thing and left her things inside her house. And he has impregnated a pastor, impregnated another woman, and has left the house after 8 years of marriage. So most of the time we see all these things, but because that hormone, that dopamine hormone is the love hormone, the way it flows in our body, adrenaline, cortisol, oxytocin, the flow and the thing. If they tell you that time, say this person not better person, no go answer. Go think say people no want make you marry them. Apart from that, you should be a support system. You understand? You want to marry somebody, maybe he or she is still in school, and you have the capability. Those days they used to say, men are the breadwinner. Men are the breadwinner. These days, women they cake win, if there's something like that. So you shouldn't expect your spouse to do everything financial. No, you should be a support system. You are the man, you are in school, you need support. If your wife, if you're the woman to be has, why not? And if she's in the situation, but the narrative in the society is that it's only the man that should be doing for women. No, it shouldn't be like that. You are a girl in a relationship, you should be able to do. Yoruba, there is one proverb in Yoruba, Southwest, where I come from. They say, when you forward lower more, that is when you want to wash your hand, the two hands are dirty, and you are doing it like this, it is better because it will get cleaner faster. But when you want to wash your hand and you are doing it like this, all the dirt that is here, the one hand might not be able to wash it very well. In other words, simply it's an analogy that two heads are better than one. If you are in a relationship and your partner cannot be a support system, I don't know where you are in that relationship, because you will suffer it. I lived in a place when I was having my babies those days. When I come, I will just see the man. He was over 70, like 78, 76, 78, 76, 77. The wife was 71, 72. And when I'm coming in the evening, I will just see that the man is the one pounding yam. In this Yoruba land, they are you from in Osun State, Ilesha. I say, ah. So there was a day, like play, I just called the mama. I said, ah, mama, because we were so close that why is it that his daddy that is pounding yam? He said, let him pound now. I cannot come and die for any man. That our mother died. This man didn't give her 1 naira. Our father died for burial. The man didn't give her 1 naira. Only to follow her to the burial and sit down. So he don't tell am, say, I will show you. So it was the man that was pounding the yam. The woman will be putting the yam bam inside the mortar, and the man will be pounding with pesto. I say, 70 something. He later died of heart-related disease, because as at that time the heart was weak already, and he's used to that pounded yam, and the woman was not ready, and that's how the man just died. He had stroke and he died. Because at that age, 77, 78, was an engineer, very agile, but his heart was gone because of the stress that he was still going through. Try and understand who you are going out with. Like our children in Yoruba land, when you do your high like this, when we were growing up, they will get you. My own children, I don't say because they are Gen Z, they are alpha. If I use high like this, at times it can be dull. I know they will look in that direction. So when you no get am, you go hear am. But they are growing now. They know what I want. So you have to understand your spouse. Because when you misunderstand, you will misjudge, and there will be prejudice. You understand? There will be prejudice. There are some relationships. There are some relationships that have the wife might be the giver, and the husband might be the stingy person, or vice versa. So we should be able to know the difference. My wife is a stingy person. My husband is a principled person. He gives. You understand? So if you don't understand them, well, what are you doing in that relationship? There should be understanding. And of course, if there is understanding, there won't be misjudgment. Don't keep sacrificing your needs. Like today now, I'm supposed to I have a lecture, and the man say, I need you. You have to come. You have to come. Today, you sacrifice. Tomorrow, you sacrifice. He's not even trying to bend, or she not trying to bend. Say, okay, now maybe you have come 3 times now. Let me do the visit this time around. And you are always, you know, being readily available, compromising. Don't keep compromising. It will bounce back, because by the time you think I'm through with this, I want to change it, move it, change it. It will become difficult. That's one of the problems I'm having in my marriage now. when this man carry his own wahala, when he's doing everything, I will just, and he's not the type that communicates well every time. He cannot say sorry. So by the time anything happen, we just sweep it. His own is just to use sex as settlement. Whereas you are out in there should be difference between make up sex and making up. When you are making up, you have done something. Let the man or the woman say, this is what we have done, and I don't like it. Mabinu, let's resolve it. That is making up. You have said, I'm sorry. That's it. You have made up. Then if you want to have make-up sex, it beautifies it. But when somebody is hurting, you have not said sorry, there is not conflict resolution, and you just carry this thing and you say, immediately you have sex. Then, and we kept on doing like that until I could no longer take it. So I said, okay, I want to stand up for myself. You now saw it as being like that maybe I'm changing or some people are teaching me something. No, I decided to stand up for myself because I need my sanity. I need to be healthy for myself and for my kids. Don't need me to be alive. I need to be alive. It's my life after all. If I have stroke today, it's not you that have stroke. If I die today, no be you die. If anything happens to me, now imam, sharp sharp, don't go and get another woman. What happens to my children? So I start standing up for myself that this is gaslighting. So if you are in any relationship that gaslighting, you have somebody that cannot say sorry. It's a red flag because he's not saying it now. Does not mean he will change tomorrow. And you have been in courtship for 3 4 years, 2 years. He has not said sorry for once, but he can go and buy gift of 100 million and come and use it on you. The day the money is not there, and he cannot say some common sorry, your sanity will be messed up. Psychologically, you'll be messed up. Emotionally, you'll be messed up. So don't accept any bad behavior from them. Don't justify the unjustifiable. Somebody slaps you and you say, it's because I provoked him. It's because I provoked him. Because you're desperate or you think you are in love. Now you go suffer am. Now you go do what? Suffer am. It's only a matter of time. Don't be overly critical of them. Don't be overly critical of them. If you want to criticize somebody you are in relationship with, you are not going to say it with pain. You're not going to say it as if you are demeaning or bringing them down. You have to say it with love. It has to be with understanding, just like that. So you shouldn't be with. Show love. Don't think twice. This living lover that people are doing now. So I did it. It's not worth it. You understand? It's not worth it. Think twice before you pack your baggage and decide to start living together. It might be working for others, it might not work for you. It might be working for others, it might not work for you. Don't discuss your spouse to be witness with others. No, don't. Don't at all. Don't. Their secrecy, their privacy should remain their privacy. Try to understand what they do, what kind of job they do. Is it the kind of job that I'll be okay with? Like I'm a nurse, I will have to do nights. Will the spouse be okay with somebody doing nights or something? You have to think about those things. You understand? There are so many important questions that we need to ask when we are in a relationship. So this is the part 2 of today's program. Might still be coming back tonight, or if not, see you some other time. I'm your friend. Good night and bye bye for now.